Hello there and welcome to another Starcraft 2 beta commentary. This is WTii here, bringing you a 1v1 game on the map Desert Oasis. It's between BlackPaladin, the red Protoss, and CatfooD as the blue Terran. Now, we can see CatfooD is going for his barracks and supply depot here. Now, since this is a big map, you can actually be a bit lax here and not worry too much about blocking off your ramp too early in the game. I assume he's going to be putting down a tech lab at some point. She's got itself a refinery, so I assume that's going to go down, which will block this part of the ramp. And another supply depot will come down here, blocking that. Cybernetics core going down for BlackPaladin. But I think you've left a bit too big a gap there, BlackPaladin, with your gateway. That needs to be a bit more to the left and a bit more up. So the pylon needs to be a bit more up, and the gateway needs to be a bit more moved to left and up. That way you'd have like a 1 unit gap. But never mind. Hopefully you don't pay the price for that too early in the game. I don't think CatfooD's going to be doing any early rushes. Not just yet anyway. Doesn't look like it necessarily. What is he building to? No, it is another barracks. He could be rushing. Otherwise he could have just gone for factory and teched up. Usually people on this map tend to go straight for air. At least I usually do, because this is a big old map. And there's a lot of room to move around with air. Since the majority of air units are pretty damn fast in this game, it's quite a good idea to get air and have this sort of flexibility, freedom and map control of air units that they can grant you, rather than slow, clunky, you know, ground units. So let's have a look here. BlackPaladin is definitely up on the probe count, but I don't think he has quite as much army. 2 zealots, 2 sentries versus 6 marauders, 1 marine. I don't know, that's pretty even. At least the sentries sort of make it even. So, gateway going down again, so we've got 3 gateways coming up. Pretty much majority of Protoss units will be coming out of gateways. Yep, 4 gateways, so this could be 4 gateways in a robotics facility, which tends to be a bit of the flavour for Protoss players these days. Factory is finally going down for CatfooD, so is he going to go straight to a starport after that, or is he going to actually make use of it and get himself fours or tanks? No, he's going to be going straight for a command center. I almost feel like that command center isn't built close enough to the mineral fields, but I don't know. Unfortunately I can't test. One thing that would be nice in the beta is if you could actually just sort of click on the unit and then sort of you'll be able to build it yourself, but it would never actually technically build, it's just so you could actually see the pathing of where it would actually go. I'm pretty sure that is too far away. So our forge is here. So what's being produced? Just the Protoss ground weapons. Siege tank is being made then now, so he's going to be using that factory. He's got himself a starport, but is he going to use any units from, going to make any units from it? I'm not sure. Meanwhile, BlackPaladin's got a nice composition, you know, a few zealots, stalker, and mostly sentries by the looks of it. I mean, you can't go too far wrong with too many sentries, as long as you can use them well, especially when you've got that many zealots now to block the path of them. They're very devastating. They do very good DPS, actually. Pretty underrated when it comes to that. Can either players see each other? I think, yes, CatfooD knows that BlackPaladin was there because he had the cell Naga Tower, so he had the advantage of getting the assault there first of all. But I don't think he has enough units to take on BlackPaladin's army, that's for sure. I think, yeah, he certainly doesn't. Interesting use of force field there, not bad. But I think you got a bit crazy with it. I think you can afford to with that many sentries. The siege tank is very nicely positioned here, and it's going to be doing some awesome damage to the Protoss army there. It's going to weaken him up a bit. Just the 1 siege tank. Looks like this orbital command might actually have to fly up into the air. Or not. Any second now. No, oh, okay, maybe not. Oh, that's good force fields. But you need to spread them out just a bit more, BlackPaladin. It's so easy to spam them and sort of get a bit carried away. But you need to try and keep a cool, calm, relaxed attitude towards using force field, and that way you can get the best use out of it. So unfortunately it looks like BlackPaladin's not going to be able to really get inside here, I don't think. It's going to be tight, but I don't think he's got enough because he's going to have to go through those 2 supply depots, so it looks like CatfooD might be able to hold off BlackPaladin just for the moment. He's taking his chance though, coming down that ramp. Certainly should have stuck, stayed where he was. There's a force field going down. I mean, that's a bit suicidal with CatfooD. That wasn't even the worst force field that could happen. It could have completely blocked the ramp. But he didn't decide to run back anyway, so it doesn't matter. So CatfooD is really taking his chances here. He must be confident he's going to survive at some rate, or just crazy. I think I'll opt for crazy. He did manage to survive that, but it took a bit out of him. Whereas I imagine that BlackPaladin is probably doing a lot better off. Yes, he is. He's got himself his expansion. It's been pretty much secured. It's been scouted, as we can see, but there's not much that CatfooD's going to be able to do about this expansion at the moment. Oh, there's a nice little Stalkers right here. Protoss shields are being upgraded. That's interesting. Don't often see that, but it's if you can get it, why not? It's a bit costly though. And the only problem I have with upgrading Protoss shields is obviously their units generally tend to have half normal armor and half plasma shields. I'm not sure whether they hang on a second. I haven't looked into that enough to really comment on that, so I might just leave that for the moment. Further upgrades, shields of all Protoss units and structures. The good thing about that is it actually does upgrade your structures. The armor, as you can see, the plasma. So it's something to help deal against like mass armored dealing units like Marauders, but it's not going to make that much difference really. Like Starcraft 1, a lot of the units in this game, you just generally upgrade their damage, not really much else. Since that's really the only thing that's worth upgrading, I would say, unless you can truly afford it. Otherwise you're better off spending your money into various techs like High Templar or Colossus or whatever you choose. So CatfooD looks like he's doing okay now. He's got his medifacts and his little bio ball. So he's got a pretty safe setup now. It's going to be a bit harder for BlackPaladin to deal with this Terran army. But he's doing the right thing by taking down the medics first. That was a nice move, I have to say. The medics will make it harder. Unfortunately, you didn't have nowhere near enough of an army to take on that anyway. But if you did, going for the medics first wasn't a bad idea because they were going down pretty fast. And then you can try and pick off Marauders, but good luck trying to pick off Marauders. It's not exactly easy. So yeah, I like the cannon placement here as well. That's nice. Little display there. That's pretty well guarded, I'd say. So it looks like you just finished off with your mineral fields here, so you're going to need to expand again by the looks of it, BlackPaladin. Terran is almost finished with his as well. He's not long had these minerals up though. So what is the unit count at? BlackPaladin now has 20 food more, but CatfooD has a better army, I'd say, due to the siege tanks. They're doing brilliant damage, look at that. So they're really, I mean, this is great. He's still going to come off a bit worse though. I'm quite surprised. It looks like CatfooD might have to run away from this. It was fairly even, but I almost expected the siege tanks to mop that up a bit better than they actually did. So this is really good news for BlackPaladin because he can now secure that expansion basically by winning that fight. So that's another hold and base that he's got. I think CatfooD might need to... No, that's going to be too late. That siege tank, is it? No, I don't know. He's got enough Marauders, Marines to hold him off.